mental health benefits of the farm sanctuary or animals in general is their numerous benefits. Just the fact that they provide a lot of calm. Most of them are very calm, and they also provide a very healthy distraction from your daily life. Just being able to come to the farm, you're getting fresh air, you're out in the open, you're experiencing so many facets of nature. Maybe not always a beautiful day, but sometimes it's rainy or windy or cold. And just knowing that the animals need care, getting out there and getting to see them, it makes you feel like you need to get up and get out, and you have something to look forward to throughout the week. Also, there's so many research suggests that so many things, animal benefits, especially equines, the calming nature, just the connection that you create and the trust that you create is all just so many, create so many benefits for humans.
You see people's animals?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I love seeing people feel like, oh, I did that. A lot of it doesn't even always have anything to do with the animal, but if they're coming here and they're volunteering and they figured out a job, or they learned how to do something new here, they feel, you can see the happiness. Oh my God, I was able to do that. I was able to care for this animal in this way. And also, the first time, a lot of times people get a pig to roll over and they rub a belly. They think that's fantastic. They just, the trust that animal showed them in that moment is transformative for a lot of people. Even our dogs here that roll over and want belly rubs, or the animal, next time you come, if you come often and they remember you, they're like, oh my God, he remembered me. He came running up to me today. They feel so good in that moment that they created a bond with that particular animal. So I think that's pretty extraordinary.
Here, these are our special need animals. These animals are older, and they're very young and they haven't been introduced to the herd yet. These guys have arthritis and or other disabilities that we take care of. This is Eleanor right here. She's waiting for a carrot. So this is Miss Eleanor. She's an older lady. We've had her for about 10 years. Potbelly pigs live to be 15 to 18 years of age. And so we'll walk around and meet some of these other animals here. We have Smokey over here. We also rescue dogs, and he's 16 years old. He was abandoned by his family when they moved to Florida, and so he lives here with us at the sanctuary. He has his harness on to help him get up and down because he is so arthritic. This is Scout. He's one of our guard dogs. He's an Italian Maremma. We have 4 Italian Maremmas that live here. We need these dogs because we have coyotes and foxes, and they keep all of our birds and our pigs and our goats and our sheep safe. And then, as you can see, we have Star and Comet here laying on the table. They're pretty funny. They have it pretty feet on these picnic tables. So we also have this is Felix, our alpaca, and he just got sheared on Monday, so he looks pretty funny. He came from an abuse situation at a farm that closed down, and we had him for about 5 years. One of our most special animals here, although they're all special, but this guy right here is Wilbur. He's about 1,000 pounds. He is a farm pig. This is the kind of pig people would eat. This is what you would buy in the store, but not Wilbur. Wilbur's lived with us since he was 5 months old, and he's about 8 years old. He has sunscreen on his ears here because he gets sunburned. But he's a really great guy, and he knows how to sit. He comes when he's called. He's just really a gentle giant. He's great. He makes a great body pillow if you want to come here and lean up against him and lay down with him and rest. He provides a lot of really good comfort.
Do you see animals get more comfortable as they get these bonds with people?
Oh yeah, definitely. First of all, I could never do this by myself. One of the best things that I didn't even know I was doing for myself was opening this place up to the public. not only for the physical hard work that I need help with, but I could not give the animals the amount of attention and love that the opening this place up to the public has done. These animals get petted, loved, treated. Some of these animals are very special to certain people. They consider them their animals that live here. You'll go to their Facebook page and you'll see the animals that live here all over their page. Their goat. This is my goat. This is what I did with my goat this week. And the animals, they get to feel that specialness that, most of us have one dog or one cat. That dog or cat feels very special because it's that person's pet. The same thing happens here with these animals. They have that connection with a human that they wouldn't otherwise have in a sanctuary setting. So I think it's really good that we have so many people coming here and giving them the love that they deserve. So yes, we have animals here that I could never socialize. I just don't have the time. But people come and pet them and love them and treat them. And next thing you know, they're the most friendliest animal. They trust humans. And these animals, if you come here, you see they are incredibly friendly and incredibly docile, incredibly loving and affectionate. And that's because of all of the interaction with the people that come here.
Come on, Shiloh! Come on! Come on! You can get into the mud! You can do it! Come on! Shiloh normally wears a prosthetic. Today he's taking a break from his prosthetic, but he's a great guy because, there's a lot of people that really, his story resonates with them. We've actually had a kid come here that was missing a limb, and she said to her mom, "Oh my gosh, he's just like me," and her mom just started crying. She was like, "That's really cool that there's animals here that have handicaps, because there's so many of us that have handicaps, whether they are physical or emotional handicaps." And it just kind of, some of these animals just really show us how well we can do with just a little love and support. And so these guys and also these guys, they never have a bad day, really. They live in the moment. They kind of teach us how to live in the moment too. This guy, I've had him since he was a baby. He suffered from a nutritional deficiency that caused weakness in his limbs, and the limbs unfortunately froze like that before the farmer was able to find him and do something about it. And he came to live with me when he was just a tiny little baby. Like I said, he normally wears a prosthetic, but today he's taking a little break from it. As most people who wear prosthetics know, you can get some rub sores and such. So,
Where are some of the places that these animals come from?
So most of the animals that we get here are from the general public, people who have made mistakes. They've got animals that they thought they could take care of. And then they find out that no, it's not something that they can do, either financially, physically, time-wise. There's things like that. They're just not able to keep the commitment that they made. And that's very unfortunate. I try my best to educate people in the best way to try to keep that animal in the home. Maybe there's something I can suggest to them that they haven't thought of before in order to make it work to keep the animal with them. But if they can't, we do take the animal, and those are a lot of those private homes where people have gotten animals without maybe thinking the way through. And then the other one is unfortunately seizures, or people who have not able to take care of them, meaning that they're in poor conditions, they've been neglected, they've been abandoned, they're being abused, and somebody else has to step in and remove the animal from them. In those cases, those animals have come from our local animal shelter, or a good Samaritan has rescued it and brought it here. And sometimes I personally have stepped in and told them that it's time for them to think about doing something different with the animal. And the third is, a lot of times, sometimes something has happened. Maybe somebody's lost their home. They've lost their farm. During COVID, we got quite a few animals. People were not able to afford to keep their animals, and that means not even able to feed them. And so we got quite a few farm animals during COVID. I try not to sever the relationship. If it was no fault of their own, we encourage them to sponsor the animal and continue to be a part of the animal's life. If they can contribute even a small amount of money per month or volunteer here, that's what we try to do to keep the relationship intact. And then a lot of them to come from kill lots and auctions. So if we have a spot here and we're physically, financially, emotionally able to care for one more animal, then we will go to the kill lots before they are sent to slaughter, and we will take animals from those situations.
This is Autumn, and she's very special. She's one of our oldest donkeys, and she's probably about 8 years old. Donkeys live 30 to 40 years, so they're quite a commitment for most people. So unfortunately, not a lot of people do make that long-term commitment, and so we have a lot of them here. Lots are places where, because there are no animal shelters for donkeys and horses, they have no place to go if you can't keep your donkey anymore. Like if you can't keep your dog, you take it to a rescue or a shelter. Well, what do you do if you can't keep your donkey? Or your horse, or your cow, or your goat? You take it to a place called an auction, and they sell them like they would sell items of anything. And if they don't buy them, a lot of times kill buyers come in, and a kill buyer buys them cheap and sells them for slaughter, for meat. So donkeys are actually well known for their skin. They use their skins a lot, especially Chinese people use them for medicine. But these guys are shipped every day in the United States to slaughter. So whenever we have the ability to rescue them, we take them and we give them a home here. And they provide a lot of comfort for a lot of people. This is Thaddeus. He's a big teddy bear. And he just came to live with us. He was bonded with Jillian that's over there. They're a bonded pair, and they love each other very much. We don't know why they were there. They're very friendly. They obviously were someone's pet, so it's really sad that they ended up going to slaughter. And this guy would just let you love on him all day long. And so we love people to come here and spend as much time as they can just petting them, loving them, brushing them. As you can see, Autumn would stay with me all day. And it's just very peaceful and very relaxing just to kind of just sit out here and just pet them and love on them and receive the love that they give you, because they lean on you and they want you, and it just makes you feel really good. Anybody with mental health, the animals provide an unconditional love that most of us, if we were lucky, we received one parent that gave us unconditional love. If you won the lottery, you got two. But here, animals give you unconditional love. They don't care what you look like, how you're feeling that day. They will give you the love that most of us need to help us heal from whatever we have happened to us, whatever healing needs to take place in our lives. Animals accept us right where we're at. And so that a lot of people find a lot of serenity and tranquility because of that here. I've had a lot of people tell me that this place is life-changing for them, which is very near and dear to my heart, because I know how hard it is to have these kinds of issues in my own personal life, and to be able to share that with others has been one of my greatest gifts and joy.
Farm help your own mental health?
Oh, exponentially. I'm not going to lie, it's the hardest job I've ever done in my life. I was a licensed vet tech for 30 years, and this is even harder than that. The reason this is harder than that is because I'm responsible for all the animals. Yes, I have lots of people helping me, but it's a lot physically, emotionally, and financially to make sure that all of these animals are cared for not just their needs, but their wants as well, because that's a quality life, not just rescuing them and then not providing them with quality. But for my own mental health, it keeps me moving. It keeps me motivated. Because I have anxiety disorder, sometimes I find myself just stuck. It's paralyzing. Those of us who experience it can know what that means. You get paralyzed with it. You kind of don't know what to do next. And it can be overwhelming. This does not allow you to get stuck. You have to move forward. These animals rely on you. And it makes me just put one foot in front of the other. Just do something is what I say. Just do something. Maybe it's not what you're supposed to do. Maybe it's not in the, let's say, the right step. But so what? Go back and redo the other step. Meaning, just get out there, fill the water buckets. Okay, fine. Then feed them. Just take one step at a time. And that's what it reminds me to do. It's just to take one step at a time. And next thing you know, I don't have any anxiety anymore. I'm just in the moment. An animal comes up to me, is rubbing up against me and just wants to be petted. And it's like, oh, I forgot that I had anxiety. Oh, that's right. I'm busy working and now this animal's loving me and this is a fantastic day, right? I try to remind everybody to just be in the moment. It's really hard to do. It's just to try to be present in that moment. And the animals really remind you. They make me stop. I tend to want to run around with my head cut off a lot. They force me sometimes to sit down and say, hey, you will pay attention to me now. And then I'm like, oh, I needed this. I needed to sit here for a minute. I need to relax. I need to take a deep breath. And there's so much joy here. I mean, so much joy. These animals are constantly doing funny things. I mean, they will keep you distracted from all the crazy things in your life because there's, goats are running around with a bucket caught on their head, or they're, falling off a table trying to reach a leaf, or, dogs are playing, or it's just, there's always some joy here. There's babies here all the time. Not that we don't allow any babies to be born here, but we rescue a lot of babies and they bring a lot of joy too. So yeah, it's a really wonderful thing. And, I had no idea when I was young that I was creating a job for myself that helped heal me. Because, I grew up in had a very troubled childhood, very hard childhood, and animals were always my escape. They were always there for me. They were the ones that loved me unconditionally and provided me with all of the nurturing that I maybe didn't otherwise get. So yeah, I mean, I think sharing this gift that I have received with other people is really also been something that's helped my mental health as well.
You said earlier that people with autism and other either mental illness, PTSD, why are the animals so inclusive?
Yeah, so they don't judge like humans do. They just see every person as an opportunity to give and receive love. That's all they see. They don't care what your mental health is. They don't care if you have autism. They don't care about any of that. They don't care what you look like. They don't care that you're fat, you're skinny. They don't see things that way. Humans judge everything from you're ugly, or maybe you're dumb, but animals don't think that way. They just see every human and other animals. If you come here and see the interspecies relationships here, these animals have so much to teach us because humans don't know how to behave the way that these animals do. These animals, they may get in an argument and then 5 minutes later it's totally forgotten. Maybe not even 5 minutes later. They have their arguments. There are no grudges to be held. So they remind humans, you know what? It's fine to have a disagreement, but it's time to move on. It's time to get over it. It's time to, let's get along. Let's be good to each other. Most of these animals are very, very good to each other. You don't find very many bullies in this animal community. It's very interesting how they interact with one another, and it's really good. I love the kids that come here to see this because, we want kids to see that you can have disagreements. You want to see that no matter what you look like, or, different species even can get along. They sleep together. We have a turkey that sleeps with a pig every night, and a goat. I know we have pictures on our Facebook. We have a Wilbur sleeps with Jupiter, the old goat, and Frida, the turkey. Every night, the three of them sleep together. They love each other. There's so many differences there. We can't even begin, but they love each other. And humans need to just see each other as love and an opportunity to be good to each other and kind. And that's what animals see when a human comes to that gate. They're like, oh, who's going to love me today? Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. So that's an amazing thing about animals.
And the brown one. Here, guys. Here, how about if I give you a little banana? Now that's a special treat, isn't it? That's a special treat. You're not allowed to have too much sugar, so they come. The small kids that come that might be scared of some of the bigger animals really enjoy this area. These animals in here are very gentle. Our preschool loves to come in here, and this is part of what they do. Their chore is to clean and put fresh water in here and feed the vegetables. We also have these micro chickens here. These are Japanese serranos. They come originally from Japan, and a lot of people who breed and show chickens love these little micros. They're really actually love to be held, and this is as big as they get, so they're kind of a nice size chicken. In fact, in Japan, I understand that people will actually keep them indoors like you would keep a cockatiel or a conure, but these guys lay you an egg for breakfast several times a week, so that's kind of a nice plus for a pet.
When you started this, did you see, growing to what it is now?
No. No, I had no idea that so many people needed a place like this. We need more of these places. We need more places where people can come together as a group, regardless of our differences, and work together. This is a village here. And, it takes so many of us to take care of all of these animals. And it's a beautiful thing. But no, I had no idea. In fact, I didn't want to work with people, honestly. I wanted to just work with the animals. After being a licensed vet tech for 30 years and dealing with the clients and the owners of the animals, I really didn't want to work with people anymore, to be quite honest. But the people this place attracts they're phenomenal people. They're amazing. Giving, generous, loving, kind people who all have a reason for being here. So many people, after getting to know them, reveal to me as to why they were attracted to this place and why they are attracted to animals in general. And it's usually because of the unconditional love and the non-judgmental parts of animals that makes humans that need those kinds of things in their lives. They're attracted to them like a magnet. And I'm sure that's why I have loved them all my life too. So no, I had no idea so many people needed this place. And I'm really grateful that I have been able to provide this, and will do my best to keep it running for as long as I possibly can.